A few days ago, Anand Mahindra shared a video about something most of us wouldn't think twice of: a disposable cigarette lighter, a product that sells just for 15 cents. Yet inside the tiny lighter are more than 30 components, global supply chains, safety certifications, shipping networks, and an entire manufacturing ecosystem. And Mahindra's takeaway was quite simple. Countries don't become manufacturing giants just because they have cheap labor. They become manufacturing giants because they build clusters. Places where suppliers, factories, logistics providers, testing labs, and talent all exist together. And today, India wants to build exactly that. Because India's electronics exports have just crossed a major milestone, before we dive into the story, it is my job to remind you to like, share, and subscribe. And now that you have, let's get into it. India's electronics exports rose 11.6% year-on-year in May 2026 to a whopping $5.09 billion. That is despite the supply chain disruptions caused by the Iran-Israel conflict and slower shipments to the West Asia. But the bigger number is this. In just the first 2 months of financial year 27, April and May, electronics exports jumped 24.4% with a number of $10.27 billion. And according to the Union Electronics and IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, electronics is now India's third largest export category. The only two categories above this are petroleum products and chemicals. Speaking at the inauguration of Jabil's new manufacturing facility in Pune, Ashwini Vaishnav made the ambition clear. A few years ago, electronics and exports for electronics from India was considered unrealistic. Then the goal became entering the top 10 export categories. With electronics becoming India's third largest export category last year, the target is now second place. The numbers explain why policymakers believe that's possible. India's electronics manufacturing industry is now worth approximately rupees 13 lakh crore, and electronics exports have grown from around rupees 380 billion in 2014-15 to rupees 3.3 trillion in 2024-25. That's nearly an 8-fold increase in 1 decade. And India has already become the world's 6th largest exporter for electronics. When people talk about India's electronics exports, they're mostly talking about one product, and that is smartphones. Available export data shows smartphone exports contributed to roughly $3.42 billion in April alone. That's nearly 74% of electronics exports. And Apple's iPhone ecosystem continues to be one of the biggest drivers of that growth. In fact, smartphones now account for more than half of India's electronics export basket. And the most interesting announcement here is where India is about to go next. The new Jabil facility in Pune will manufacture components for AI data centers, telecom infrastructure, cloud computing equipment, and defense electronics. In other words, India wants to move higher up the value chain, not just in final assembly, but also the infrastructure powering AI, cloud computing, semiconductors, and advanced manufacturing. And that brings us to another major announcement. According to Ashwini Vaishnav, India will have 4 operational semiconductor plants by December 2026. 2 semiconductor facilities have already begun commercial production. A third will be inaugurated in July, and a fourth is expected to fully become operational by December. For decades, India has designed chips, but manufactured almost none. Now, a domestic semiconductor ecosystem is beginning to emerge. And that's important because electronics exports don't become sustainable without semiconductor capabilities. Every manufacturing powerhouse eventually builds deeper supply chains, which brings us back to Anand Mahindra's lighter. Mahindra highlighted the example of Shandong in China, a single region that produces around 70% of the world's disposable lighters. Not because one company dominates, but because 100 specialized companies operate within a small geographical cluster. Every supplier, every component maker, every logistics provider working together. And that's how manufacturing ecosystems become unbeatable. And Mahindra argues, India's next phase cannot rely solely on bigger factories or industrial parks. It needs clusters. Electronics clusters, semiconductor clusters, component clusters, testing clusters, the kind of ecosystem in which suppliers compete and collaborate simultaneously. Because as we know, that's how China built manufacturing dominance, and increasingly, that's how India hopes to build on its own. And here is the front page take. A few days ago, on front page, we covered how India had entered the world's top manufacturing economies. Now we are seeing what that looks like on the ground. Electronics production has crossed 13 lakh crore rupees. Electronics exports are now India's third largest export category, and the country is building semiconductor fabs. Global companies like Jabil are expanding manufacturing footprints, and smartphone exports continue to set records. It is not about whether India can manufacture. The question is whether India can build the dense industrial clusters needed to compete with China, Vietnam, South Korea, and Taiwan over the next decade. Because as Anand Mahindra puts it, factories can be built, industrial parks can be built, but the world-class manufacturing ecosystem takes years to create. And India is now building that on purpose. Let us know what you think about this new development. This is Front Page by AIM Network, and always remember, think AI, think AIM.